Guys, is this massive falling wedge on the 4-hourly time frame going to be our final reversal pattern for the current correction in this bull run, or do we have to expect that the Bitcoin bears will be maybe even able to break this falling wedge to the downside, which would result in for sure a massive long squeeze, and we could even reach prices of $50,000. If you want to know now what the probabilities are, how am I going to trade this falling wedge, am I going to scale up my $3 million worth of Bitcoin long positions? As you guys know, I just opened a new long trade in yesterday's video, and also one quick update for everyone, I also closed out my short position. As you guys know, I was in around a $85,000 profit that I already realized out of this trade, but sadly I didn't have my stop loss in a perfect profit, so when we pumped to the upside, my trade got actually closed with a little bit of a minus. So in total, out of this short position, I should be at around $60,000 to $70,000 of profit that I really took out of this trade, which is great. And I can already tell you guys, no matter what the Bitcoin price does now, I won't open another short position because I think the risk is just too high that this falling wedge will actually be our reversal, and the maximum downside that we can now then expect is maybe the $57,000 level. And since I'm not a scalp trader, this is not an interesting trade for me because I only do a little bit longer term trades where I can have higher percentage gains and also use higher quantity size of positions. So like I said, I won't open a short position now. I will just let you know exactly what price levels I'm keeping an eye on. If we break certain price levels, am I going to take profits? If we break, or what price levels do we have to break to the upside before I start also scaling up my long trades again? All of this and more in today's video. We will take a look at all kinds of time frames, so please make sure to watch this video till the very end. And as always guys, I would really appreciate it if you could smash up a like on this video. Every single video of mine reaches 3,000 likes, so if you scroll down and the video hasn't reached 3,000 likes yet while you're watching it, please smash up a like, leave a comment down below. Also don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell so you don't miss out on any future video uploads. But now let's not talk too much, let's just jump right into the charts. As I already mentioned now in the beginning, I mean, we have this big falling wedge here, and falling wedges tend to break out around the 3/4 mark. So exactly at this point here, we would need to expect the breakout to happen out of this falling wedge at the latest time. For sure it can happen earlier, but to be honest, I think that the Bitcoin price still will need some time to consolidate here, at least a little bit, and just after that we will see the breakout, to be honest. So I'm expecting, especially with the weekly close now coming up in around, let me check, 3 days, I'm expecting this breakout out of this falling wedge actually happening before this weekly candle closes. I think either we will break out during this week, so we will see a pretty big pump here on the weekly time frame, which would turn the weekly time frame into a very bullish looking weekly candle close. But also it's very possible that we see this pump during the next week, so maybe on Monday, because like I said, this falling wedge doesn't really have all too much time to break out. It's like it has to happen pretty much in the next 3 days. Also on the daily chart, as soon as we break out of this falling wedge, for sure, especially in Bitcoin, we have a high probability of the Bitcoin bears trying to push again down into the chart pattern. But normally we see a very nice bounce every single time we see a falling wedge in Bitcoin. It is most of the time successful, like 80% of the time it is successful, especially when we see a retest. So I won't scale up my long positions if we just break out in a straight line. I would only scale them up on a successful retest, because if we just shoot up in a straight line, I want to keep an eye on the exact $63,500 level, because at the $63,000 level there is the neckline of this now forming massive W pattern. And if we just shoot up in a straight line and I open maybe my long, or I scale up my longs here, we get rejected at the W and we see maybe a correction down to the $60,000 level again, so the retest happens way lower because we just pump high. It would be a wasted trade in a kind of way, because then I can also enter down here, and if this shouldn't happen, if for any reason we are just also blasting through this neckline, then for sure latest I will open, I will scale up my long positions here when breaking the $63,500 level. This is also because, as you guys know, we also have there the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level. If we now go from our new low, you can already see that now the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement level is there. So no matter how you draw this Fibonacci retracement tool at the moment, the $63,500 is just a very big area of confluential resistance. So like I said, before we not break this level, I'm not 100% bullish yet, but I'm turning more and more to the bullish side at the moment. You know, guys, I was very bearish during the last couple of days, during pretty much the last week. But I mean, during the last week, we pretty much just corrected and corrected and corrected more and more. And now I'm turning bullish because, to be honest, it's not really worth it to be bearish anymore, in my opinion, because the downside that we can still have for the Bitcoin price is very limited. Like I showed you in my last videos, I mean, right below us, we have the 8-year support and resistance channel. In the worst case scenario at the $50,000 level, we have strong weekly support of this symmetrical triangle here. So there's really, for me, as a swing trader and not a scalp trader, there is no reason to open short positions now, even if the chances are still there that within this falling wedge, the chances are still there that within this falling wedge we see a little bit of more downside coming. We could even correct here down to the $56,000 level, but still, this is just in a kind of way not as likely anymore as before, and that's why for me it's not worth it to try to trade this price movement to the downside. I will rather just scale up my newly opened long positions on the way down, so I then have a very good entry point, maybe at the $58,000, $57,000 level, depending on how low Bitcoin goes. But to be honest, like I said, I'm pretty much more bullish than bearish now at the moment. I'm actually expecting a good chance even that Bitcoin just corrects a final time, touches here horizontal support. This is pretty much the $60,600 level. This is a level we should definitely hold because this is also in confluence with the daily chart. Look at this. The daily support here is at exactly $60,600 as well. So as long as we now close this daily candle above the $60,600 level, maybe we see another retest during the day tomorrow of the $60,600 level, and as long as we close the second, so the tomorrow's daily candle above that, I'm pretty sure that this correction is completely over, to be honest, and we will see a new all-time high for Bitcoin during the next 2 to 3 weeks. So guys, just keep an eye, as a final word here at the end of the video, just keep an eye on the $63,500 level. If we break this to the upside with the daily candle close, or even only with a 4-hourly daily close, I will scale up my long positions. If we see a breakout out of this falling wedge, I will wait for a beautiful retest here of the then past resistance, and if we see a nice bounce, I will scale up my long positions here. If we get rejected here at the $63,500 level and we see a dump down and we retest here this support at the $60,600 level, then I will also scale up my long positions. And the only way I would probably scale down my longs or take profits is if we break pretty much the $57,000, $56,000 level to the downside. If we now break the $56,000 level to the downside, I think the bears just showed that the bulls are not ready to continue this bull run because they have the falling wedge, very bullish continuation pattern. They have the W pattern also acting as a reversal. So if the bulls now don't manage to turn the price around within the next 2 to 3 days before this weekly candle closes, or latest on Monday, I'm pretty sure that there's just more downside to come, and we could even expect the $50,000 level as a reversal point, and that's why I would for sure then, for example, here out of this Femex trade that has its entry price at $63,000, for sure liquidation price is below, but I would still scale this long down a little bit and then maybe scale it up at the $50,000 level again. But that's pretty much it. That's the price levels I'm keeping an eye on. As always, guys, if you enjoyed the content, please smash up the like button. Let's reach 3,000 likes. Don't forget to subscribe, activate the bell, leave a comment down below, and then we will see us in the next one. Till then, bye.